Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are out there in the world. It has been an exciting past few days. We have seen some tremendous ups and downs in this market, but one thing is sure. Listen, these big players out there are trying to hunt down crypto, trying to make sure that crypto doesn't survive in the open market. What do I mean by that? Well, we take a step back. I mean, hell, go back, 8 months ago when we seen the headline articles, Operation Choke Point 2.0, regulators utilizing their power to give crypto control to players like, well, the image of the guy on the screen right now, Jamie Dimon. The operator of one of the largest banking monopolies out there, JP Morgan. They own 10% of the US deposits. Oh, but we're supposed to turn a blind eye to that and say, oh, that's fine. See, this is the problem. This is the big issue with banking. These big banks, they do not care about you or me. And guess what? During the roughest times, where people were having their houses taken away from them, their cars getting repoed, they didn't have enough food on the table to support them and their family. Well, guess what? The big banks, they got even richer. That's right. I'm talking about the 2008 financial crisis. What, do you honestly think that these big banks were hurt during that time? No, they benefited greatly. Because at the end of the day, the banking sector is one of the largest scams out there. I'm not saying that crypto was the escape and the safe haven away from these big banks. But at the end of the day, what crypto is doing is changing the way banking works. Brian Brooks talked about this. Banking allows, for the first time in history, to cut out these intermediaries like Jamie Dimon. So why the hell do you think that they hate crypto? Let's dive into it. So we do see here new. JP Morgan has tripled its internal crypto team, all while its CEO bashes Bitcoin. Watch what they do, not what they say. And we have from Tony Edward, Thinking Crypto 1, watch what they do and not what they say. Jamie tries fooling retail, once again, spreading FUD and accumulating as retail sells. Yes, this happens every single damn time. When these people are talking bad about crypto, you better bet probably one of the best times to be jumping in. When they're talking great about crypto and saying Bitcoin's going to go here, Bitcoin's going to go there, get the hell out. Because again, it is a rinse and repeat. They know the sheep will fall for it every single damn time. I also said over here, quoting this video, we're going to play it here in a second. It says new, JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon fears the rise of Bitcoin. Now, they don't fear the rise of Bitcoin for the reason most people think. I said the reason they fear crypto is because they can't offer it yet to their clients. Although Jamie Dimon and the JP Morgan team have their private blockchain technology already, they still can't offer it to clients yet. They can't offer Bitcoin to clients yet. They can't offer Ethereum to clients yet. I said people pulling money from the banks to put in crypto is why the big bankers will always be fearful of this nascent asset class. This tune will soon change though, once banks can offer crypto services. This is coming with regulations, and that is when it will be too late to be early in crypto. And yes, this is going to happen eventually. That's why I say yes, it will be too late. Everyone's complaining about getting rich and selling into US dollars right now. I have no idea why that is a big deal. I 100% understand taking profits. I understand 100% having profits on the side, freeing yourself financially. but the US dollar is absolutely useless. I'd rather sell into gold, silver, things that are actual value. The US dollar, what the hell is holding the US dollar up in value right now? I mean, at some point in time, the whole idea of the US dollar being the reserve currency will change. It might take a couple years, but at the end of the day, why would I care to sell my crypto into the US dollar? Again, profits are crucial. I get that. But at the end of the day, when I'm selling, a very small portion will go into USD. A very large portion will go into things that are actually backed by value. But beyond this, we are starting to see the big bankers, the pro bankers too, launching stupidity. These bills. Elizabeth Warren, which is an absolute clown, introduces bill to crack down on crypto. She expands her coalition for crypto crackdown bill. Now, why are we seeing this? What is going on here? Should we be fearful about this? What is going on? So first off, like I said, she's working with Jamie Dimon. She's working with the bankers. She's working even with Brad Sherman, who is a pro banker. He even said, the US government prints money out of thin air, but it is the US government. Crypto bros cannot print money out of thin air because they are crypto bros, essentially. That is his argument point. That's how idiotic these people actually are. Like, these are the people that actually have power. I don't understand how they got into their position, but these are the people that are in power with brain cells that are less than a third grader. But beyond that, again, Elizabeth Warren is introducing this bill. This is probably like the 18th time that I've seen this article get posted now. And what's crazy about this is people are not looking into the background, right? So over here from Paul Barron Network, she's sponsored 300 plus bills in her career and passed zero. I mean, come on, zero. Check this out.
And the same thing's gonna happen here. Now, the only thing that makes me smile about Ms. Warren, the only thing, is she's over. Right? She sponsored 300 and some odd bills in her career. Zero.
Can't get them across the line. Yeah.
I mean, zero. I mean, come on, zero?
Your position is that this is not a big deal. You feel pretty confident this is not going to be a big deal.
I think it is a big deal. I think it's a big deal, but I don't think it'll pass. And
so yeah, I don't think that's going to pass the House, especially if we have major Republicans voting against, but we don't know, right? Anything could happen. Remember, what makes Elizabeth Warren very dangerous isn't these bills, but it's actually her conspiring with those in power to do the dirty work. She is a background player. She's not a front-facing player. We know this from her time in office. But beyond this, we also see over here, Scoop, Rep. Sean Casten is struggling to find a co-lead for his House version of the controversial Warren Marshall anti-money laundering crypto bill, with House Financial Services Chair Patrick McHenry instructing Republicans not to participate. So this is actually very, very good news. Like I said, it's gonna get challenging for the Republicans to really be on board with this because, again, a lot of them are very pro crypto. So I do question what's gonna happen with this. Probably doesn't pass. But beyond that, it's still dangerous to see these things, coming up in question. Now, again, what's the whole motive behind this? Well, over here, Sam Lyman. A well-designed CBDC could serve as a public alternative to these cryptocurrencies and potentially crowd out their usage. That's what Elizabeth Warren is saying. The fix is in and has been since day one. Elizabeth Warren wants to kill Bitcoin to make way for a central bank digital currency. Anyone supporting Warren's anti-money laundering legislation, including the 5 senators who signed on yesterday, is just a pawn in her game. As Warren's strategy becomes clear, she may try to downplay her past statements on CBDCs, but we have the receipts. Warren began her anti-crypto campaign in earnest on June 9th, 2021. On this day, she hosted a Senate hearing with 3 hand-picked expert witnesses who all levied various attacks against Bitcoin, but the Bitcoin broadsides were merely an opening act for the main event, the supposed merits of a Federal Reserve-backed CBDC. The title of the hearing says it all: a stronger financial system, opportunities of a central bank digital currency. Over the course of nearly 2 hours, Warren attempts to convince her colleagues and the American public that Bitcoin is a danger to the environment and national security, and that the only viable alternative to a crypto is a CBDC. See the clip below. Warren is more subtle now, but the goal remains the same: eliminate all competition until Americans have no choice but to bank directly with the Fed. Each senator that co-sponsors Warren's bill gets her one step closer to that goal.
So, in theory, a digital currency issued and backed by a central bank could provide the advantages of cryptocurrency without those risks. The Federal Reserve, a trusted institution, could provide a digital version of cash to the public that is secure, stable, and accepted everywhere. So let me ask you, Professor Menand, what role could a central bank digital currency play in reducing these kinds of risks to financial stability?
So a well-designed CBDC could serve as a public alternative to these cryptocurrencies and potentially crowd out their usage. In contrast to private digital currencies, CBDCs would be sovereign, non-defaultable money. They'd be cheaper to use, and they would not be subject to bank run dynamics.
Right.
Again, at the end of the day, we all know what these CBDCs are. It's just so that the central banks can remain in control. We've heard all of the discussions, even with the ECB, for an example. Christine Lagarde basically let it slip that, it's for the central bankers to retain anchor. But outside of that, it's not so much about CBDCs replacing everything, because we know CBDCs will become a thing. The question is, will we be still able to utilize stable coins and this and that, or is it going to be mandatory that we use CBDCs? And if it is going to be mandatory that we use CBDCs, I don't think that it is good for the general public to have CBDCs. It's as simple as that. The problem here is that these individuals like Elizabeth Warren that are conspiring with Gary Gensler and regulators and the big bankers trying to debank crypto, because that's what they've been trying to do with Operation Choke Point 2.0 is they want to debank crypto and cut off liquidity. The issue there is that no matter what the hell the US does, outside of the US, crypto will continue to thrive. These people cannot stop crypto. They can, of course, kill crypto in the US, but this is technology, guys. Technology will always thrive. In fact, there was a great quote that got put out over on X by Crypto Law US. And we see here, again, it just shows you how technology continues to move. When Elizabeth Warren opens her mouth about blockchain innovation, remember this. And this is actually in Massachusetts. We do see Apple went public on this day in 1980, and the IPO was considered too risky for investors. Well, guess what? Where's Apple today? Oh yeah, that's right. It's the #1 company by market capitalization, and it's made millions of people very wealthy, or at least a ton of money. Again, as we look at technology, it will continue to thrive. These people can try to stop technology all they want, but technology is an unstoppable force. XRP, for example, with the XRP ledger, it continues to expand. It continues to be much more bullish every single damn day because we continue to see developers building on it. We continue to see innovations happening. You will not slow any crypto down, any of it. They could try to debank it. They could try to cut off liquidity sources. They could try whatever the hell they want. At the end of the day, it will not work because whatever the US is doing, other nations will do the opposite because there's value here. This is very disruptive. It's very transformative. They don't care about Elizabeth Warren. They don't care about Gary Gensler. They don't care about Jamie Dimon. But also, guess what? Elizabeth Warren violated her oath. Big shout out to Johnny Deaton for this. The video clip got deleted. It was originally posted by Digital Asset Buy, But we do see Elizabeth Warren violated her oath. As a senator sitting on the banking committee, Elizabeth Warren violated her oath. Her job is to provide and engage in actual oversight of the SEC. Instead, she conspired with her close friend Gary Gensler, not only giving him the exact questions she would ask before a hearing, but also the suggested answers to those same questions. That isn't oversight. It's fraudulent, coached testimony before Congress. She literally said that she didn't want to place Gensler in a tough spot. Are you kidding me? And yeah, this actually happened. Her job is to place the chairman of the SEC in a tough spot, asking hard-hitting or tough questions. Think about this. Elizabeth Warren is the single biggest critic of Bitcoin and crypto in the US Congress. She sits on the banking committee overseeing the SEC, and yet she hasn't asked the SEC or Gensler about Sam Bankman-Fried's multiple meetings with Gensler and the SEC. She hasn't questioned why or how Gensler missed SBF's fraud, considering his up and close meetings with SBF. And why was Gensler meeting with SBF multiple times? Gensler wasn't meeting with Brian Armstrong, Paul Gruel, and the Coinbase team, despite Coinbase begging for meetings and being the largest exchange in America and also a US publicly traded company. No, instead, Gensler was meeting with the CEO of an offshore exchange in the Bahamas who turned out to be the Bernie Madoff of crypto. In her job overseeing the SEC, why hasn't Warren asked for those meeting notes like Patrick McHenry and the Financial Committee have? Warren preaches against crypto every chance she can, but doesn't ask why Gensler missed FTX, Celsius, Luna, UST, etc. Why not? She found time to help kill a couple banks that worked with crypto companies. Why not focus on the source of the problem? Actual fraud. Is she not asking certain questions because of her own ties to SBF's parents? SBF's father, Joe Bankman, wrote Warren's tax plan in 2016. We know without a doubt that he helped SBF create all those shell companies to avoid taxes. SBF's mother runs a PAC to help Democrats like Warren get elected. And we also see that Johnny Deaton does have 600 XRP holders who live in Massachusetts who, well, guess what? They are going against her as well. They begged Warren's office to inquire about the SEC and do her job. Not only would she not give us the time of day, her staff said the senator is never going to help, considering the SEC sued a couple billionaires, aka Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse. What kind of position is that? Regular hardworking people. I mean, come on, guys. This is absolutely insane. Regular hardworking people, including hundreds of her constituents, be damned as long as a couple billionaires get screwed as well. I mean, it is absolutely insane. Like, this is what is going on in the US. This is why the US has become a laughingstock. And it's also why the Ripple case is so damn important. Listen to this video closely. Ripple case win was a mind-blowing moment for the space. Plus, regulators have been losing in court as well.
And what we're seeing, though, is that the regulators aren't always winning in court. And this is a big change. So you may be aware, for example, of the SEC v. Ripple case. Right? I won't go into the details here, but this was really a sort of mind-blown moment for many in the space, and probably for the regulators as well, that it came out that way. And we have, of course, judges with differences of opinions, even within the same district, right? So we have Judge Rakoff in another case, which is SEC versus Do Kwon, which came to a different sort of rationale from the Ripple case, but at a different stage on different facts. We're seeing things, whether it relates to DeFi, where judges, very important judges, in fact, the same judges that are hearing the Tornado Cash case and also SEC v. Coinbase, where in a private action against Uniswap Labs, right, and some various other parties, they said, actually, SEC, you're behind in DeFi. This is a matter for Congress. And also, why would we hold a company like, for example, a provider like PayPal or Venmo liable for acts that occurred by third parties using their systems? So it's a very interesting space, just even staying within securities.
And that's also why, as we look at everything happening around the SEC, they are getting completely slaughtered in the court battles. We even see here that legal hurdles are stacking up for Gensler's SEC. Hedge funds are now suing the SEC in hopes of overturning a pair of rules related to short selling and securities lending. Because again, everyone knows how bad of a job the SEC is doing. It's insane that the SEC is even still capable of touching any sector. They shouldn't even be here. It's insane. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I love to hear your thoughts. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.